I have never been home. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary's definition of home is one's place of residence, or a usual and familiar setting. My definition of home lies in a place unseen. The story of how I was robbed of even as much of a memory of my home occurred before I was born. In 1996, my parents fled the city of Uvira, a city in the eastern region of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, a nation located in the central part of the African continent. They left their home, our home, in order for us to have a chance at a better future. They left the Congo during a dispute that would later be referred to as the First Congo War. With grit and determination to make the best of difficult circumstances, they left the restrictive confines of a refugee camp and settled into Zambia's capital city of Lusaka. There, they worked odd jobs to make ends meet as their family of 4 turned into a family of 7, with the birth of my brother Felix in 2000, and then the birth of me and my twin brother in 2003. We were given the names Manga and Asukulu. Manga meaning the eldest born of twins, and Asukulu meaning the second born of twins. These names are customary in the tradition of our people, Babembe. Babembe are one of over 200 ethnic groups, and with 250 languages actively spoken every day, the Congo boasts a rich history. I was confused as to why my parents left, but I continue to learn more and more and continue to ask questions. The First Congo War was an ethnic dispute that saw neighboring governments and armies of Rwanda and Uganda backing dictator Laurent Desire Kabila, who invaded the nation. This caused the spiral of war crimes, corruption, that we see today. For our future and for our safety, they left their home. I have no memory of Africa. My family was granted immigration to the United States of America in April of 2004. But I continue to learn the realities that caused them to leave. Imagine having to choose between addressing your period or having a meal. Imagine having to choose between receiving an education or working to support your family. These are the realities of the Congolese people. Let that sink in. Women must choose between addressing their menstrual cycle or eating. Youth must choose between furthering their education or working to support their families in a nation where most will make little over $1 a day. The Democratic Republic of the Congo was granted independence from Belgium in June of 1960, but my people are still not free. Google may say that the First and Second Congo Wars have long been done. But I contend that nothing could be farther from the truth. The rapes of 48 Congolese women every hour, coupled with the child labor ever present in a plethora of mines throughout the nation, suggest otherwise. Armed militias funded by the powerful countries of the world, like America, Belgium, France, and Rwanda, continue to exploit my people. And the Congolese government remains complicit, holding elections riddled with discrepancies, as well as the fact that powerful families, such as that of former President Joseph Kabila, continue to smuggle economic resources out of the country at the demise and at the expense of the Congolese people. These are all lasting imprints that the war is far from over. My people are among the poorest in the world, but our country is among the richest in the world. 70% of the world's coltan and 30% of the world's diamond reserves are located in the Congo. The untapped raw deposits of these minerals are estimated to be worth in excess of 24 trillion US dollars. Women and youth alike mine in the Congo every day to provide governments like America, France, and Belgium with economic and monetary resources. Companies like Apple, Samsung, and Motorola use these same minerals to provide the backbones of their technological advancement. These are the realities that are not new to the Congolese people. Armed militias guard these mines, salvaging whole villages and destroying all that is in sight. These minerals mined are often referred to as blood diamonds or conflict minerals. These minerals are mined in a war zone and then used to fund war efforts, as well as the interests of politicians and companies abroad. These are the everyday truths of life in the Congo. Armed militias guard these mines, salvaging whole villages and destroying all that is in sight, including the livelihoods of women and youth through the use of rape as a weapon of war. 45,000 deaths are reported every month in the Congo. These figures exclude the tragedies that happened last year in Beni, where rebel soldiers claimed the lives of innocent Congolese families, or the natural disaster that occurred in Uvira with the flooding of the river Mulongwe, which claimed more lives of innocent Congolese people. Every day, the Congolese people cry out. Women, men, and children cry out for our help. Why are we not listening? The Congolese people have for far too long been ignored. I have grown impatient with the efforts of peacekeeping organizations like the United Nations and with ideologies of foreign diplomacy that claim and continue to preach peace and justice without tangible results. So in August of 2019, I founded the Congo Peace Project. The Congo Peace Project is a grassroots organization ran by me and a team of youth. The project's mission is simple: fight for educational and menstrual equity in the Congo. We do this through organizing monthly work parties where we engage people and have them package supplies for menstrual hygiene and educational supplies. Since our founding, we have put together a network of 200 youth and adult volunteers and raised an excess of $5,000. We are growing by the day, but we still have so much work to do. I believe that our project is harnessing the power of the Congolese people, amplifying their voices, and using them to influence systemic change. Despite the narratives that surround the Congo, the narratives of despair and helplessness, I believe that the Congo story has not been written yet. Patrice Lumumba, the nation's first democratically elected leader, had a dream for a truly free and independent Congo. His dreams were tarnished by foreign governments and dignitaries, of the likes of former US President Dwight D. Eisenhower and former King of Belgium, Boudewijn, who collaborated on a CIA mission that saw Lumumba executed in the nation that he fought so hard to protect. But I stand here before you today to tell you that we can be his legacy. Lumumba's famously noted saying that the time will come when history will speak and Africa will write its own history. It will be one of glory and dignity. In order for us to realize that future, we must recognize the errors of the past. We must invest in the Congo. We must invest in Africa. And most of all, we must invest in those who have inherited these age-old wrongs. We all must be willing to decolonize our minds, unlearn and learn all that we hold to be true. The fight for systemic change in the Congo must start now. There is no time to waste. If you work for a tech company, ask them about their policy surrounding conflict minerals and start having conversations about ethically sourcing the minerals that they use every day. I urge you to be skeptical of organizations like the United Nations that preach peace but have not achieved tangible change in the Congo. I implore you all and encourage you to start to hold our governments accountable. Countries like Rwanda, Belgium, the United States, and countless other nations of the likes of France continue to uphold global frameworks of systemic oppression. We must begin to ask the tough questions. I encourage you all to give to organizations that are doing the work, like mine and many others on the ground in the Congo. But I encourage you to not just give your money, but lend a hand through volunteering, or lend an ear to listen to the needs of those most affected. In order to achieve tangible change, we must be willing and able to be intentional about who we support. The organizations and people that we support must continue to put those most vulnerable at the forefront of what they do. We together can make a path forward. But make no mistake, there is no time to waste. The Congolese people have for far too long been ignored and pushed to the margins of society. The time to act is here and now. My people are dying. Women are dying. Youth are dying. Uvira is dying. Bukavu is dying. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, my home, is dying, and we are the only ones who can save it. Around the world, we have witnessed uprisings sparked by the deaths of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd. I implore us all to remember that when we say Black Lives Matter, we don't just mean that of Black men or those that live and work and contribute to society in America. When we say Black Lives Matter, we mean all Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is synonymous with Black liberation. And so when we profess that powerful three-word phrase, let's remember that Black lives don't just matter in Minnesota or Portland, but they also matter across America and all the way across the Pacific Ocean to Congo. We must all work together to build an equitable world and affirm that truly Black lives do matter. Thank you. Asante. Merci.